Hi Scorpio, this is your October 2023 spiritual reading. I'm going to go ahead and get started. All right, we have 26, protection, set personal boundaries. We have 10, serendipity, merge with the flow, and 25, phenomenon, be still and listen to the spirits. So interesting, because Cancer also got these two cards. If you have strong Cancer in your chart, you might want to look at that reading as well. All right, we have 32, trust, and 22, wisdom. Cancer also got wisdom, so definitely, if you're called to, check out that reading as well. There might be messages in there for you, but for you guys more so, it feels like where you are right now might be a bit confusing. You guys might be, with Cancer's reading, they were just coming out of a cycle of more difficulty. You know, they're just starting to rise, but it feels like you guys might still be in a place right now where it is darker, right? You're not able to see as clearly. You are under a bit more pressure, but it's especially, Scorpios, you go through this more than anyone, and you're so familiar with it, and you know the value of it. You know how gems and diamonds, come from the earth. The pressure of being underneath the earth, it makes them the most beautiful, valuable things on this earth. And so you're not afraid, but it does feel like this time it is a bit harder than you're used to. And again, it doesn't scare you. It doesn't, you're okay, but you're also like wondering, you wouldn't mind a little bit of help. But it does feel like the main lesson for you during this time is to learn to set boundaries. That can apply in many different ways, but this might be about, taking a look at the kind of people you're allowing into your life. Are they dragging you further down? Are they adding heaviness and karma to your life that isn't yours to carry? Are they truly your friend? Do they have your best interest in mind? In this card, she has spikes on her back, and it feels like you guys need to be very serious about setting those boundaries, because you might have a lot of people that just aren't good. Like, they would turn their back on you if they were offered just the slightest bit of abundance or something shiny. They would just walk away and stab you in the back. And so you are being asked to protect yourself and your energy and your life and your destiny, like your path, from being affected by people who aren't aligned with you, who aren't walking the same path that you're walking, and who instead would drag you somewhere you're not meant to be. I want to pull more on this though. If you feel like you're not in flow, you're not, again, for you guys, being in the underworld, being in this darkness isn't scary, but your normal experience of it is like there's a divine order to it, right? Even there, you guys have a flow. You guys are aligned, you're seeing the signs. But this time it feels a little different, and it feels like there is something or someone that's throwing you off alignment here, that you might, it's like they're adding burdens and pressure and difficulty that aren't to you in your life, that aren't yours to carry. Like Scorpio, you guys already have such an intense journey. Like this life for you is, you go through so much and come out of it so much stronger, but it's like you can carry what you're meant to carry, but you don't need to be taking on other people. Like if you guys are some sort of spiritual healers even, or if you're super, like when you're around someone, you feel not only their energy, but you feel their shadow, you see their shadow, and that can be a gift, but it can also be very difficult for you if you don't protect yourself and you don't go in like knowing and having the intention that I am protected, like creating a sacred space, sacred bubble for yourself before going in, that like I am me, you are you, I'm gonna help show you what you aren't able to see, but I'm not gonna take that on. Even if it makes you feel better, if I take it away from you, one, it's not mine to carry, and two, it wouldn't be doing them any justice, because they're meant to learn something from that. They're meant to work through that and grow from that. But it does feel like you need to. So again, this could have to do with something in your career, if you're a spiritual healer, but it could also be like family members, like a mother or father or someone in a maternal position that just drains you. And if you're recognizing that, wait, they are actually they're throwing me off of my balance. They're throwing me out of alignment, my alignment with the universe, with my higher self, with my destiny. Like, this is actually hurting me. Then there's something that needs to be done. Now, if you don't want to cut someone off that, like a family member, that's fine, but you're going to have to do a lot of protection and for yourself, but also really setting boundaries with them. Like, hey, I love your family, but you can't do this anymore. I'm not a trash can for you to just spill all your problems into. I have my own stuff to deal with. This is something you need to deal with. If you can't deal with it on your own, like, there are people to talk to. Like, there are people where it's their job to help you work through this, and they're able to protect themselves. I'm too close to you for this to not affect me. There's you need to really energetically protect yourself, but also like make it clear to the people in your life, like, this can't go on. If we're going to be in each other's lives, this and this needs to happen. I can help you find help elsewhere to redirect this energy, but you can't keep directing it at me. You guys, again, having such intense life journey, for Scorpios, you need the universe. You need to be in alignment with the universe. It is your protection, right? Your higher self is your armor, your protection, your guide in the darkness where your eyes can't see. It sees for you. But if you're off alignment, you're not aligned with it, you're in the dark and you can't see. And that's, I feel like, when Scorpios know, like, oh, something's off. Something is not right. And for you, again, it feels like this isn't something internal. It's someone external, or multiple people who you have cords with, you're attached to, that are just dragging you out of alignment. We have be still and listen to the spirits. And it feels like for you guys, actually your reading is so different from Cancer's, although you guys have 3 of the same oracle cards. For you, you guys, I don't want to say you're able to like hear voices, but you guys are able to connect and communicate with the spiritual realm. If you connect with deities, goddesses, your spirit guides, even your higher self, you're able to actually communicate with them and receive messages from them. And it feels like now if you were to try that, it's not the same. Like you might be getting, I don't want to say darker, but like very toxic messages that just feel wrong. They don't feel right to you. You have a gut feeling like this isn't you guys. Like this isn't who I was connecting with before. And again, there is someone or people that are that carry a lot of darkness that are somehow in your life. And it's like they're ridding themselves of it by throwing it on you. And by not creating any boundaries and protection for yourself, you're allowing them to. And especially if you have an emotional connection with them, your barriers are very, very low when it comes to this person. And that's why they've thrown you off. And like, if that is the case for you, now isn't the time for you to connect, to try to communicate with the spiritual realm, because you're picking up on things that are attached to this person that aren't good. They're going to lead you astray. So until you're able to either walk away from these people or to completely protect your energy from them and get rid of, the hold they have on you and the things that they've attached onto you, put this to the side. Because again, it's just going to lead you astray, and it's going to deepen your connection with energies you don't want to deepen your connection with. And this isn't to scare anyone, it's just like, would you want to have a deep connection with something that's just going to lead you down the wrong path? No, right? And so it's not even aligned with you. It's literally, you've accepted it by creating a connection with this person and not setting boundaries with them. But you are protected. Again, I feel no fear. I don't feel like you should be scared, because like you have this protection, but it's like a greater protection, but within it, you still need to protect yourself, if that makes sense. Like you're protected from the scary stuff, but from like the less scary but still negative stuff, you need to protect yourself, right? Because like in this big bubble of yours, you're still allowing people in, but that bubble would filter out really negative energies, like scary energies, but like, less scary but still negative ones are able to come through because they're attached with the people that you're allowing into your bubble or your safety. We have wisdom. It feels like you really are being asked to, so Scorpios, you guys carry this innate wisdom and understanding of the universe, how the universe works, the laws of the universe, the energetic realm. You know how it works. Remind yourself of that, because sometimes, like when we have family members that are very toxic, we think that or even like we're so invested and attached to them for obvious reasons that we're not able to walk away. But you knowing how the universe works, like you need to remind yourself, like, okay, if I don't do anything about this, I know what's going to happen. I know they're just going to drag me out of alignment. And at the end of the day, why am I even here? Right? Like, why, if my soul came here to experience something, to learn something, have, whatever my destiny is, I'm abandoning myself and not fulfilling that destiny by continuing to have these people in my life. They need to do the work. They need to heal. I've tried to help them. It hasn't worked. And by allowing them to kind of throw everything on me, I'm not only harming myself and my purpose, but I'm hurting them, because they're never going to learn. They're going to have to go through the lessons again, because I thought I was helping, but I'm actually hurting. You might find that when you do walk away, their lives, like, they are forced to do the work. They can't avoid it anymore. They can't throw it onto anyone anymore. So really remind yourself and remember how this universe works and how the people you have in your life affect you. And then you're able to make a decision from a higher mind, from a higher perspective. Because right now you might be acting on, again, emotional attachments. We have death. So you are, in order to honor yourself and your path, you are going to have to honestly walk away from certain people. And this doesn't have to be forever, but it does feel like for now it's necessary, because the way they're affecting you is actually harming you, not only physically but energetically. We have the Knight of Swords. Yeah, it's really about just like a clean cut. Because if you know people you're able to set verbal boundaries with and they'll honor it, and then people who just won't care. And if you're dealing with people who just won't care, it's not even worth your time explaining to them why you can't be in their life anymore. It really needs to be like a clean cut and you're done. You don't go back. You don't let them make you feel guilty. You need to find your balance again. Yeah, you need to find your own power again. You've allowed these people to take it from you and to drain you, like to create holes where your energy is just getting drained and going to nothing. It's just like flowing out and falling on the floor. It's not serving anything or anyone. You need to walk your own journey again and to feel in power again. We have the King of Swords. So if you guys have air energy in your chart, you might really want to try tapping into them and using them to help you, because you do need to really just not allow your emotions to win here. And it popped up right on wisdom. So again, reminding yourself, like, these are the laws of the universe. This is how it works. This is what these people are. This is how they're affecting me. This is where I'm going to end up if I continue to allow them to do this. Logically, this doesn't make any sense. I know, like, my emotions and your emotions aren't your intuition here. These emotions do feel more from your childhood trauma. And trauma doesn't have to be something horrendous that happened. Trauma can be, okay, like, I'll give myself as an example. I was a super sensitive kid, and I was constantly told, like, if stop crying. Like, I was yelled at for being emotional. And I felt this need, like, a child thinks that, okay, if I continue doing this, I'm not going to survive. So I would just bottle everything up and just do whatever they wanted me to do. You know, I'd pretend to be whatever. And up until, like, I want to say 6-7 years ago, I was living my life for them. I completely abandoned my truth, and I was pretending to have emotions that weren't mine, or I was pretending to not have emotions that were mine, and shutting myself off. I was living a life that I didn't want to live, that was so out of alignment. And it wasn't until I decided, like, no, I'm done. Like, I made it very clear this is not going to go on, that my life drastically changed. But it made people so angry. So I was in law school and I had 2 classes left, and I could have finished them, but I chose to walk away. And that might seem silly and like, who cares? But my family really cared. Like, for years, they would tell me, like, you could have just done it. You had 2 more classes. But that was my, like, I'm putting my foot down here. That was the most empowering thing I did. Even though I knew, like, I would lose their love. And I did, to be honest. Like, my relationship with them just disconnected because they wanted me to be something they could show off. It wasn't unconditional love, you know? And so I don't know why. Okay, so for you guys too, it feels like you need to just make that cut, because they're not you are emotionally attached and remaining attached to them because, again, like, if you go back into your childhood, it'll make sense why it's like trauma attachments, you know? It's, you know better. You know that you're not showing yourself self-love. You're not honoring your divine purpose. You're abandoning that in order to feel loved, even though it's not genuine, unconditional love. And so really cutting that cord is gonna help give you your power back. And it's absolutely necessary to free yourself from the hold and the power these people have over you. Scorpio. We have the 2 of Pentacles. So yeah, it's completely your choice. If you choose to not do this, wherever you've been headed recently, like, the way you've been feeling off, it's only going to get worse. But you have the choice to choose yourself here, and your higher self, your soul, your destiny. But it is completely up to you. All right, Scorpio, I hope this reading was helpful. If it was, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.